Welcome back to another after battle commentary. Now this fight is going to be a little special because we're actually going to siege an opponent. You heard me right, sieging. We're going to siege a player inside his own base. Now, at first I start building Stone Warriors, plan to do Stone Rush again. And you see, he doesn't build anything, he goes straight for workers only, build his tempo up really fast. So immediately I know, or I'm sorry, immediately thinking, okay, he's just gonna be, this is gonna be easy. He's not gonna, do any trouble. Yeah, I was wrong about this. He maybe took all his workers and took out these guys. And I had sent in my Stone Warriors, but they were just absolutely mauled by these workers, man. Like, they were absolutely mauled. Now, you could kill a few of them, but they were like so mauled by the sheer amount. I was like, wow, that's impressive. So again, I try to do the same thing. I try to, all my workers, Stone Warriors ready. I also built a gate here because this is the only way in. I was like, oh man, this is perfect. This is a perfect location. There's resources here, this tree line, a little bit of metal, only one piece of metal. Now I did not like the way also my defensive location because, as you see, I'm like, there's a mountain right here, and they could, if someone wanted, they could just build towers here and just like attack me from the like up here, and I couldn't do anything about it. But this guy was kind of sneaky. Hydro, because he had built a wall. And I was like, personally, I was very proud of him. Hydro, I'm very proud of you. If you watch this video, I'm very proud of you for building this wall. You did the right move. Oh wait, I didn't even notice this location. Anyway, I realized, okay, so this is gonna have to be a siege. So I immediately took all the Stone Warriors and I just killed all the wild animals. Now, thank you, Francisco, for teaching me this strategy. Even though it's not really a strategy, but basically, whenever a player blocks themselves in like that, and you can't do anything with your Stone Warriors, just use your Stone Warriors as to clear out wild animals and make a pathway. And that's what it did. Is I made a pathway to my base, so that way I can bring workers and troops whenever I need to. So it can act as a sort of supply line. This tower is kind of like a checkpoint. I was like, okay, So I decided to get some hand rams. Now this is the time the hand rams are really gonna shine, or well, they try to. Anyway, besides the point, I got some more workers, got some more workers, Stone Warriors, and so I built a little mini outpost here, and I plan to get a bunch of hand rams to go bust down this wall. Now, I will say, hand rams are good at just busting down walls, except European walls. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are good at destroying, European walls, but not nearly as well as I thought. Now, also, there was also this little gap here, that I could use to destroy the houses. Now, I debated on whether or not just take all my Stone Warriors and just constantly just rush him like this. Yeah, it didn't work the way I wanted to. And also, I didn't know this location right here. I didn't know he was doing this because I was so focused on over here. I was like, really, I could have just easily just spam through all my Stone Warriors right through this gap. I was kind of upset that I didn't even realize it. I basically just let him build that wall. So right here, I managed to. The reason I threw my Stone Warriors at the wall was to protect my hand rams, so that way they can build the wall. But they managed to do it, thankfully. Now I will say hand rams are really good at destroying walls if they aren't focus fired. And that's what I try to do with my Stone Warriors. I try to make them like soak up the damage so my hand rams can destroy the wall. And then I threw my Stone Warriors at the enemy's base. They didn't do that much damage, unfortunately. I managed to kill quite a few, but nowhere near to the amount as I wanted to. I tried to throw Experiment at the problem too, and they did pretty good, surprisingly. They managed to, kill, destroy, attack some stuff. but it was virtually pointless at that point. Like I managed to do a lot of damage, so I was happy. Like look how many workers he had left. He has like virtually no workers left. I did have some workers in these towers, but nowhere near as much as he did before. I was like, okay, well this isn't going to work the way I wanted it to, so I built up. So I managed to get some archers in, you know, clear out some areas. And I managed to just mass a huge army. So then my plan was to mass a huge army right here, just like a huge one, just massive. And then get some my artillery in to just like hammer down the walls. Now I got a mix of the springolds and the rocket cannons. And the reason I got a mix of these, I got 2 of each, is because I knew he had a massive spear army. Well, it's not really massive; it was a medium size, I would say. But these guys would just make short work of them because when they fire, they don't just damage structures, but it's kind of like an AOE attack. And when they attack units, oh, they do so much damage. So instead of shooting at the wall, I shot this tree line. Now the reason he's got the tree line is because trees are easier to destroy than walls. And he could just rebuild the walls. So I plan to take the tree line out and just spam all my soldiers right through this gap. And as you can see, it will work. Right here, nope, there it goes. I threw them in. You see, there goes my springolds. Now they ended up doing, I think, more damage to myself, if anything. But see, I managed to butcher his units. Now, of course, they weren't in medieval, but they were still European spearmen. So they managed to hold off quite a while. And he gave up. Hydra gave up. And that was the Siege of Hydro. That's what they call this video, the Siege of Hydro. It was kind of a fun match, honestly. Like I didn't expect, like I expected to put up more of a fight. But I think it's the fact that he didn't have the economy for it. Yeah, I don't think he had the economy for it. I'm looking at his supplies now. He did not have the economy for to continue the fighting. He tried. I'll give him that. He tried. But I guess because I was Asia, I had a much better economy than he did, and as well as I made it to medieval, not really first, but I was able to get my troops, my medieval soldiers like samurai, pikemen, and other archers fully upgraded, whereas he could not. So it was a good idea to build this wall, an even better idea to destroy the house and sneak some workers and destroy this. The problem was this tree line. Now you gotta be careful of a tree line. Whenever you see like a tree line, like where you plan to put a wall, make sure that tree line is really, really thick. Now the reason I say that is because you can see right here, it wasn't thick enough so that my troops could just easily walk through them. Whereas right here, it would have been incredibly more thick than this area. Again, I could have just bombarded him more. I eventually could have gone through if we didn't have anything to defend himself, but it would have been much harder to get through here than here. Now, some of you could argue just aim right toward the edge of the tree line and just get them work and get them in. But again, if he blocks, like even if one soldier blocks this area, you could hold off the entire army. Whereas he could not block off, like, I guess I would say around 3 to 4 units could have easily walked through here, and he couldn't block it off with his men. But I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. So if you like this video, leave a like, comment, and I'll see you all next time.